Hello and welcome to the Atlona Video Education Series. I'm Ken Eagle, and with me today is Seth Powell, our Senior Sales Engineer for Atlona. Seth, you brought some cool products along for us. It looks like these are part of the OmniStream Network AV product line. These are called R-TYPE. What can you tell us about these networked AV products from Atlona?
Yeah, absolutely. These are called R-TYPE, which stands for residential type. These were the successor to our OmniStream Pro line, really what we've done is we've taken the OmniStream Pro line. It has all the same basic specifications in terms of support for 4K video, ultra low latency, sub half frame, and all the same networking specs. But what we've done is we've reduced some of the features on here that may not have necessarily been 100% useful for all applications, or I guess we should say like commercial light applications or residential applications, things like redundancy, FEC. We didn't necessarily need those things, so we got rid of those and made this a little bit more of a cost-effective option.
So OmniStream R-TYPE, ideal for, you mentioned residential applications, so anywhere in the residential we're sending audio video over the network, and light commercial applications, so we're talking sports bars, restaurants, digital signage?
Correct, yes, absolutely.
And now, in terms of processing power, how does this stack up to other models in the industry? I know this is 12-bit processing. We've seen other models that have 8-bit processing. I know that affects the color. What's the picture going to look like when you're using R-TYPE?
Sure. Yeah, as you mentioned, this is based on a 12-bit processor. Other models in the industry that are 8-bit processing, when they come across a signal such as HDR10, for example, which is very important right now in the Resi world, they literally will take those extra 2 bits of information and just throw them away. When you don't process that extra information, with certain sources, you can really start to see some artifacting in the color information. Specifically, you might see color banding and certain artifacts like that. And that could really be a problem in the residential space, especially with like high-end Blu-ray players and Apple TV 4Ks and higher-end sources like that. So that's going to be a big deal for this product as we start to ramp up and get these higher-end sources.
So R-TYPE supports HDR10, supports Dolby Vision, so you're fully ready for HDR 4K using R-TYPE.
Correct.
All right, in terms of setting these up on the network, I know that networking can be a challenge. It can be a little bit difficult sometimes. Atlona takes the difficulty out of networking with a software product they've developed specifically to go along with the OmniStream series of products. Can you tell us a little bit about that software, what it's called and how that works?
Absolutely. What Ken is referring to is AMS 2.0. So AMS stands for Atlona Management System, and this is a software that would be deployed either on a piece of hardware we have called AMS hardware, which is a small server that you would deploy alongside OmniStream on the network, or you could deploy this software on a Linux-based server, also on the network alongside this OmniStream hardware. What AMS does is it discovers these units in real time as you connect them to the network. It configures them and prepares them for deployment such that all you have to do is log into AMS to our virtual matrix page and point and click to make a cross tie between an encoder and a decoder, and then you would have video on your screen. It's as easy as that.
Now, I know in a lot of applications you run into residences or buildings that are already cabled, and oftentimes we find Cat 5e in the walls.
Sure.
What happens to a dealer who comes across an application with Cat 5e, but they still want to run 4K HDR? I understand with a lot of products in the market you can't do that.
Correct. Yeah, a lot of products there's a limitation. With this, since we're dealing with a packetized signal, the payload on the signal, regardless of resolution, is going to always be the same size. What that means is that we're not concerned with Cat 5, Cat 6, Cat 7 cables. As long as it is Category 5 or above, this is going to work with this system, so it is going to be great for retrofit applications.
And that is a great differentiator on the R-TYPE product line. Now, in terms of networking, what do you recommend in terms of switching power for the product?
Sure. So this is a multicast product, so of course, as with other multicast products, there are going to be some special requirements on the switch. However, you can see I have a Cisco SG300 switch right here. This is a switch that I utilize utilize in my demo kit on the road. This is a very cost-effective little switch, and they manufacture these all the way up to 52 ports, which is going to get you up to, let's say, like a 25 by 25 OmniStream system. Pretty large OmniStream system for a very low cost point. I recommend you check out 2 documents on our website. One is going to be the OmniStream Certified Switch document, which is going to cover this, as well as things like Luxol and other brands that we recommend for integrating with OmniStream. Also, the OmniStream IT Deployment Guide, which will tell you everything you need to know about deploying OmniStream on your network.
All right, thank you, Seth. Well, that's the R-TYPE OmniStream Network AV product line from Atlona. To learn more about this great solution and more, you can visit us online at atlona.com.